According to Let's Learn Katakana, the usage of katakana can actually range from plants and animals to onomatopoetic expressions and domestic telegrams and so on and so on. Though perhaps the most apparent usages would be katakana being used to help certain words stand out in advertisements. This seems to be the case because katakana is a lot more simpler to write than kanji, and because it's less familiar than both hiragana and kanji, that it would stand out a lot more in advertisements due to using words that aren't familiar in the Nihongo language. The range of katakana can range from shop names, brand names, designers' names, shops, recipes, commercials, and are even used for scientific and technical terms. When it comes to foreign languages being adopted into Nihongo, they will generally be assigned to one of two categories: loan words and foreign words. They are more or less the same when it comes to function in general, with the distinction that loan words have either existed in the Nihongo language long enough and or have been utilized in the Nihongo language long enough to be assimilated into said Nihongo language. The history of katakana was that while hiragana was being utilized as the base of the Japanese writing system, katakana was being utilized to adopt the Chinese language. That's because when Nihongo was developing in its early stages, kanji and hiragana existed, but there didn't yet exist a means of pronouncing the more complicated Chinese characters. That's where katakana was introduced to help out with foreign words. Later on, of course, katakana was adopted to handle many other languages that weren't just Chinese. Ironically, the use of katakana nowadays is more tailored toward Western languages such as English rather than Chinese. Though funny enough, the earliest languages to be adopted were not English, but rather Portuguese and Dutch. However, English has perhaps become one of the most adopted languages when it comes to Nihongo, to the point that when you're indulging in Japanese media, or media localized in Japanese, you're bound to find the occasional English word here and there. At least I believe that's the reason why there's the occasional English in Japanese media.
It isn't really a full Japanese localization, as some strings remain in English. But do you know why? It turns out that it's a long-lived tradition to keep the English text in Japanese releases because, as this interesting article states, when a Japanese localization features no English texts at all, it feels very weird and awkward.
A sound theory, you have to admit. Of course, Nihongo is still the primary language of Japan, but English is still a notable language over there. It's even taught in schools where most of the teachers are native English speakers. That's all I can say about katakana here. Good luck on your quest to learn Nihongo if you choose to pursue it. This is as far as I can go when talking about the language itself. There's more to the whole language, of course, but I'd recommend learning from someone with more experience than me to do the language full justice. With all of that said, again, good luck, and I'll see you next time with something else. Have a good day, and